Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We're live here with you on Christmas Eve, and we are ready to have some fun. I got a lot of recommendations from asking the question, what are some ways that I can improve my streams for you guys? And a lot of you recommended doing more Q&A stuff. So, it's Christmas Eve. Let's have some fun. Literally, this stream right here, ask us any question that you want to ask. It could be Manchester United related, it could be sports related, it could be life related, whatever you want to talk about, we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead and let's introduce my guest for today. The Drawdy Devil is here with us, guys. Drawdy, how you doing, my friend?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, I think so.
I'm here. I'm here. It's Christmas Eve. Oh man. But guys, honestly, let's have some fun. Ask some questions. Whatever you guys want to ask us, we're gonna answer. Like we'll answer to the best of our ability. Ooh, so we got a good one right off the bat. So Jamie Pearson asked, "Who is your all-time favorite Manchester United player?" And I know your answer, Drawdy, but who is your favorite all-time Manchester United player?
Oh, who do you think is my all-time favorite player?
It's David Beckham.
Of course it is. Well done. You get 5 points. Congratulations.
I do it. I was there.
I mean, come on. I have a shrine to Beckham in my fucking house. I mean, I've got a signed Beckham shirt on the wall, signed Predator boot from 2001. So, yeah, it's always been Beckham.
And honestly, that's the definition of the original great, for our modern day number sevens. Because obviously George Best is the original number 7, but I mean David Beckham is the guy that when you think of the number 7 in the modern era, that's who you think of. It's not George. It's not Ronaldo. It's David Beckham. We all know it. Arthur already getting ready to make his guest appearance, guys. Come on, Bubs. Come on. Hi. Do you guys like his Christmas sweater? Mwah. So, but we actually have a lot of people chiming in here. Is that a bit controversial for me to say, Drawdy, that David Beckham is better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, I mean, for me, don't get me wrong, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best players of all time. But if you're going to talk about United legends, Beckham's more of a legend than Cristiano.
And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But George, we all know your favorite player is Luka Modric. Get it right, okay? Okay. So Jamie Pearson actually said David Beckham is. So who the person that asked the question, his favorite is David Beckham as well. So Brian Beals said George Best or Paul Scholes for him. Mr. Exclusive with Jemba. Yes. Great. All-time great. But Merry Christmas, guys. Honestly, Oh, hold on. I got to turn my lights here. Let's get the red going. Bam. I know you can't really see it, but that's okay. My personal favorite Manchester United player of all time is Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's the guy that made me choose Manchester United as the club that I was going to support. Back when I originally started playing FIFA, which was because of the World Cups, I watched Wayne Rooney play for England in the World Cups. I was like, all right, I love the way that guy plays. Whatever team he plays for, that's the guy I'm going to play with on FIFA. And then from there, it wound up just being Wayne Rooney all the time for me, and I love the guy. And honestly, I think it'd be very irresponsible to not call Wayne Rooney an all-time great. I mean, that's actually a controversial one for a lot of people. But I mean, Drawdy, do you think that Wayne Rooney should be considered an all-time great?
It's a really difficult one because Rooney, I fucking loved Rooney as a teenager. When he came on as an 18-year-old, me and Wayne are the same age. So it's weird, seeing him at 16 when he was playing for Everton. I was 16 myself. So
that is weird to think about, right?
It's a really weird thing to say, I've grown up with him, even though I'm the same age as him. We're only a couple of months apart. But is he a legend? Is he an all-time great? I mean, the stats will say that he is, but he has so much more potential than what he actually reached in terms of his level.
That's true.
And when he was 18, he was ahead of Messi and Ronaldo in their progression when he was 18. He was miles ahead of Ronaldo when he was 18. He was miles ahead of Messi when he was 18. But he got to about 21 and he just stopped developing. And I know he broke the United all-time scoring record and he's England's greatest goal scorer. But if you're an England fan, for me, it will always be... he's gone out of my head now. Tottenham player. He scored more goals per game. Well, he had a better ratio than Rooney, and I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. It's just escaped me.
That's okay, man.
But even Lineker had a better goals per game ratio than Rooney. You know, Rooney had played a lot of games to get to that point. So for me,
so George Kyle said Jimmy Greaves.
Yes, it's Jimmy. Of course, it's Greaves. I kept thinking Shreves. I was like, Jeff Shreves. No, he's fucking Sky Sports pundit. What am I on about? Why am I thinking of Jeff Shreves? It's Jimmy Greaves. I mean, they sound similar, but for whatever reason, I had Jeff Shreves in my head. So, Shrevesy was a way better goal scorer than Rooney. And to be honest with you, I reckon Harry Kane could do his record.
I mean, in terms of England, yes, I do agree. But, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be very many people that can beat Wayne Rooney's, goal-scoring record in the Premier League in terms of for one club. That was pretty impressive, you have to say. So, I mean, for me, Wayne Rooney will always be an all-time legend for Manchester United. He's going to be the guy that I will always remember as the guy that got me to fall in love with the game, truly. And I'll have to thank him for that. Like, if I ever get the chance to meet him, that's exactly what I'll thank him for being the guy that got me to fall in love with the game. So if there was ever one guy I could interview, it would probably be Wayne Rooney. Just me personally. Because like I said, that's the guy that got me to fall in love with the game. So we do have a fun question right off the bat here. Drotty, what did you think of Mark's Christmas song?
Oh, he messaged me saying, "What do I think of it?" And I was like, "I'm not going to lie, a little bit pitchy in places. Some of the lyrics were a little bit challenging. I thought he could have worked better on them. But other than that, I think he would have got through to judges' houses."
Yeah, I mean, so we got George Kyle said it was a one-hit wonder. Yeah, it was probably a one-hit wonder. That's it. I mean, I think that his original Christmas song will never be topped. Let's be real.
No. I think, "Are You Hanging Your Stocking on the Wall?" It's a legendary track by Goldbridge. I think today is just an upgrade of that one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, very true. Very, very true. But, I haven't watched the full video yet, but I do have to agree with you. It was a little pitchy at times, Mark. Come on. Where's the singing lessons that we've been going through? Come on. I know you're better than that. But in all seriousness, I thought it was hilarious. I liked just having a little bit of fun, especially around the holiday season. We should never take life too seriously.
Sorry, Andrew. Sorry to interject. I know we're in the middle. Have you just heard that Arsenal Fan TV have just uploaded Blood Brothers 3 onto their channel?
Did they just upload it? I can't wait to watch it. In all honesty, this is the one I can't wait to watch because of what Mark has told us all about it. So if we really are getting DT in the headlock from Rance, and we're getting Mark going 2-foot tackles into DT, yes.
It never happened, though. It never happened. The funny thing is, they try and spin it as though, DT's in the clear. It's not. It's laughable. It really is laughable. It's like a shit soap opera that no one actually cares about.
In all honesty, like, the only reason why we care about is because of the United Stand. We all know it. Like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even watch it. But because it's the United Stand and because it's our friends, that's the reason why I'm going to watch it. So I just want to see United Stand absolutely own Arsenal Fan TV like I watched them do on a live stream that George Kyle took. Like, on Marcus's channel. Like, I'm sorry, I watched it live. I know what happened, so I can't wait to see just HD up close video of what actually happened. It should be fun.
It looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, whatever.
Exactly, whatever. Rook, what's going on, Emma? Good to see you. And then same to, honestly, hi everybody. It's Christmas Eve. Thank you guys for joining us live. Just coming in, having a bit of fun. And you guys, like I said, ask us any question. Ask us literally any question, and we're going to answer it. So we do have another question here from Jack Coleman of who's your favorite player currently, both United and non-United, which I think for me that might be the same because it's still my favorite player. But I'll give you one for United and one not for United. I always will go to you first, Drotty. Who's your favorite player, both currently for United and not for United?
For United right now, probably David De Gea.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he's a metalhead the same as me, so we're kind of kindred spirits, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised you guys haven't met yet,
So it's pretty good. As for players outside, I mean, he's still playing Zlatan. I love Zlatan. He's just a hilarious guy. But if you were going to say someone who hasn't played for United, it's cliche to say, Ronaldo or Messi, but and I'm not a fan of Hazard. I'm not even a fan of Salah. I think that, they're very, very good players. They're world class on their day, but I'm not a fan of them. I don't know. I'm gonna have a think because there's a few, but I can't. It's trying to choose.
That's okay. Yeah, so I'll give mine real quick because I'm actually going to give you guys 3 players because I'm going to give you one for both my local and for Manchester United, and then I'll also give you my favorite world player that's not Manchester United related. So my favorite Manchester United player currently is Anthony Martial. And the reason being is that when I think of Manchester United and the way that we have been historically, Anthony Martial is the definition of what is a Manchester United player. A guy that's going to get you on the edge of your feet, that is going to get you standing up on your tippy toes. And when he's got the ball, you're always wondering what the hell he's going to do to the opponent. That's what I love about Tony. Then my favorite Phoenix Rising player is Jason Johnson. Jason Johnson is a flair player. He's fast as all get out, and he has skills. Drotty, I know for a fact that you've seen the goal that he put in, the bicycle kick goal.
That was spectacular.
Yeah, so that's Jason Johnson. And so Jason Johnson is somebody that I will always love and admire, and I hope that he stays at Phoenix Rising for forever. And then my favorite world player at the moment is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe for me is somebody that I look at as the future of the modern game. And the way that things are going to go, I can't wait to see where his game is going to go and just how far he can go. Because correct me if I'm wrong, he hasn't turned 20 yet, right?
Yeah, but here's another player that you haven't considered, and he's English, Jadon Sancho.
Ooh, that's a good one too. But in fairness, Mbappe has been doing it for longer.
Oh no, Mbappe is the new Messi of the game.
Okay.
Once Messi and Ronaldo have retired, it's going to be probably Mbappe and Sancho. Everyone will go Neymar, but Neymar's a lot older than those two. So, once Ronaldo and Messi retire, Neymar probably. I don't even think Neymar will ever hold the mantle of best player in the world. I think Mbappe will take it before him anyway. So Mbappe's miles ahead. I mean, is he only just turned 20, did you say?
He's just turned 20. That's what George College told me. He literally just turned 20.
Yeah, he's something else. He really is. But he needs to leave the French league ASAP.
I could not agree more. Like, honestly, if there's a way for Manchester United to get him, bring him to Manchester United yesterday. Like,
Yeah, but
make it happen.
he will end up at either Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's what always happens.
No, you're absolutely right. I hope that maybe you tell a guy, hey, you get to go come play with a friend in Paul Pogba, and let's build something here. And especially if you're gonna think about it this way too, with let's say that Ollie finishes out the year, we wanted to bring a new manager, you bring in Pochettino. A lot of people want to come play for Pochettino too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think with Mbappe, you kind of got to say, how much did he cost PSG? Was it like 150 million, 160 million?
It was something crazy. I know that. It's going to cost a lot of money to get him.
It's going to cost, I reckon, about 300 million to get him.
Yeah.
So, do Man United have 300 million to spend on one player? Probably not. Do Man City have 300 million to spend on one player? Probably not. Even with all their money, I think for the first time in football, he's the unpurchasable player.
I would say at the moment, yes, I do agree. And ultimately, this is what I think. I think in order to get somebody like that, it's going to require not only you're going to have to probably do a player plus cash, but you're going to probably have to say, hey, listen, we can maybe only get one other transfer during this window, just to fight the financial fair play aspect of anything. Like, I love the guy, but PSG completely fucked the market when they did that. Like, not even a question.
I don't think anyone can buy Mbappe. No one can buy Mbappe.
But I also don't. Does anybody know how long he signed a contract for PSG? That would be a good question to ask, because if we're talking, he's only a couple years out from, having his deal expire, you could say, hey, listen, we're going to give you 130, 140 million, but he's got a year left on his deal. Make it happen.
But I just think at his age, if he's already gone for a ridiculous price, it can only go up. It can only ever go up. Even until he's 27, his transfer price can only ever go up. And he's already worth more than Neymar anyway, in both image rights and ability. So you're looking at 300 million for a 20-year-old player, which is just obscene. I don't see how anyone could afford him ever.
No, I agree.
I think he's unfortunately for him, he's stuck at PSG unless he runs his contract out. That's the only way he can leave on a free.
Yeah. And honestly, he might have to do that. Which, by the way, Drani, I think since you mentioned the whole video dropping for Blood Brothers, we've had a massive drop in live viewers. So I blame you for that.
How many did it drop by?
We were right around 20, and then we've been going between 10 and 9 recently. So I blame you for that.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, but in all reality, I don't blame people for wanting to go watch that. It's a bit of drama. People love a bit of drama. So, we got our loyal people here. Reza said Lee Grant for Mbappe, even up. That's even up. Even up swap. Not even a question. Lee Grant, 100 rated keeper. That's fair, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Fair deal. It's fair deals right there. Mr. Exclusive did say swap Lukaku at 120 million for Kylian Mbappe. I could see that being realistic, like swapping a player like Lukaku that's probably worth between 50 and 70. And I think that would be realistic, because that would equal a transfer of like 200 million.
The only way you're going to get Kylian Mbappe is if you've already got, I don't know, someone like Icardi, and you want to swap him plus a load of money extra.
So George gave us the contract for Mbappe. It ends June 30th of 2022. So he's definitely stuck there for a while, isn't he?
Well, even the problem is because he's only just turned 20. He'll only be, in 2022? It's 3.5 years, so he'll be 23 at that point. And unfortunately, if you're under the age of 24, you still have to go for a transfer fee. You can't go on a free.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
So
I forgot about that with Andres.
He's stuck there anyway.
Which it sounds like they kind of worked that deal to ultimate perfection then. Like, so he in all reality, though, he did it to himself. He's the one that chose to go to PSG. So it's just going to require somebody spending a shit ton of money to get him if they want him, and probably have to deal with the financial fair play aspect after the fact. So that's if they want him. That would almost be one of those conspiracy theory deals if you wanted to get into it, saying, hey, like maybe Adidas or Nike are involved in the deal, and they're saying, hey, let's get him to this place because we can help with the imaging rights and everything like that. Exactly like Dan Jones just said, cough, Man City, cough. So, yeah, no, exactly. Jack does bring up a good point. He said if Mason Greenwood gets a chance, he could be among the best. And I kind of agree with that. I've watched Mason Greenwood play.
No, you can't talk up a player before he's even kicked a ball. That's unfair.
I'm just saying, I've watched the kid play, and he's got that level of talent. And now I'm not saying that he's going to ever reach the potential.
No, I won't even entertain it until he does it on a grown man's pitch. Doesn't count.
Fair enough.
It looks impressive, but it happens all the time. Youngsters are amazing at under 23 level, and then they step up to the mat, the plate, and then they don't quite cut it. I mean, do we all remember Makeda's debut where he scored 2 against Villa? What happened to him? Disappeared off the face of the planet. Ravel Morrison, supposed to be the next big thing for United, had an attitude problem, didn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. There have been tons of players who've come through that have been youth players that everyone talks up and says, oh, then they're next this or whatever. Just let the kid do his own thing. And if he's great, brilliant. But let's not start saying he's going to be Messi or Ronaldo before he's even kicked a ball at senior level. No.
Yeah, and listen, that's completely fair. But Jack did say that Makeda never had Greenwood's talent, and that is true. Mason Greenwood does have a different style to him, but I do agree with Drawdy that let's let the kid actually play on a grown man's pitch first. Let's see how he does when he plays on a grown man's pitch. Now, listen, I've been watching him, and you watch his talent, and you know that it's real. But you still have to let that talent actually get to the pitch first with grown men to see how he's going to translate.
The ideal thing would be, to have Rashford up top with Mason alongside or just behind him.
Yep. And
hopefully Angel Gomez somewhere in the mix as well. That's sort of the dream, having English players brought back into Manchester United.
Yeah.
But the thing is, these days, people want instant results. And unfortunately, it's not the same as 1992 where you can bring kids through. It doesn't work like that in this day and age, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it's, unfortunately, these days you need ready-made players, not kids who need time to develop.
Yeah, here's a great point about because Mr. Exclusive actually recommended me watch this video from Tifo Sports, and it was fantastic. It was talking about the issue with Manchester City and financial fair play, and he said all you have to do to beat financial fair play rules is threaten FIFA and say you'll use the fine money to hire lawyers to fight you. The Saudis have done it for Manchester City, and it's true. They've threatened a lawsuit against FIFA if anything additional is done. Which apparently that's all you have to do to fight financial fair play is say, hey, we're going to sue you if you do anything, And so I am Nexi. Yeah, I have heard. Let's make that the next question. So, Drawdy, we've heard rumors Mason Greenwood might be starting against Reading. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a brilliant opportunity if he is going to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's the kind of game that you want him to play if he's going to develop into a top player. Because at the end of the day, Reading are not a great side. They're a division below. They're not doing amazingly well in their division. So to be honest with you, I just think give the kids some game time, and if it's against lower opposition, then brilliant. But what I don't want to see is him sort of go out on loan or anything like that, because I know it worked for Harry Kane, but I generally think if a player is going to be a top level player, they always go straight into the main team anyway. I mean, it's different for Harry Kane. It worked for him brilliantly, but Rashford did all right coming through United when he was 18.
Yep.
So, why any different for Mason? But yeah, he should get a game against Reading, because Reading are not doing, Reading are not going to pose that much of a threat. So makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and honestly, it's the perfect opportunity to play kids. Like that's why my hope is against Reading that we might see both Mason Greenwood and Tahith Chong in a match like that. I feel like that'd be.
The only thing I would say is United, though, if it backfires and they don't win, that'll be seen as a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I mean, this is what we've been talking about as fans. It's what we've been wanting for a long time. We've been wanting the kids to play, and there's no better time than the early rounds of the FA Cup for kids to play.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no doubt. It's just a case of will they play? That's the only thing.
That's fair. And it probably will be asking the question of, do they start versus do they sub? And I think that either way, I think we're going to see Ollie do that, because we all know that Ollie understands what Manchester United are. It's just the truth. He understands what Manchester United are.
Of course he does.
So because of that...
Here's a question for you then, Andrew.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I mean, listen, it's been one game, but at the very least, I can tell you this. He's made me be a hell of a lot more positive. Like, I'm excited to watch games again. I'm excited to actually see what the product is that Manchester United are going to put out on the pitch. Like, to think that we have a Boxing Day game and I'm excited to watch that match. I can tell you this, under Mourinho, I've been thinking, okay, this is a draw. This is a guaranteed draw, midweek game after playing on a Saturday, coming home. We've been struggling at home. I would have been thinking draw. But now I'm like, hey, just how much are we going to beat Huddersfield by? I'm back to thinking that. If anything, he's done that. So, I mean, same question back to you, man.
I'd love Ollie to be full-time, just because he gets what the club's all about. And I don't know if Zidane or Pochettino would get Man United if they came here.
In fairness, I get that. I get that worry. I think that having somebody here that understands the club, he's got his coaching chops. And I think that ultimately what it's going to come down to is how well does he do for the rest of the year. Finland, I'll answer that question in just a minute. So I think at the end of the day, it'll depend on where and how far he does go with this team. Can he get them to top four? Can he take them on a deep Champions League run? Can he take us on a deep FA Cup run? I think that ultimately, if he gets us top four, has a decent FA Cup run, and I mean, if he at least plays well against PSG, I'd be okay with keeping him.
I think, look, if Ollie can do something this season that's special, there's nothing saying that he can't. Even if he wins against PSG and then we get knocked out in the next round, that would be considered special up against Neymar and Mbappe. We've just been talking about how amazing Mbappe is as a player. Let's not forget, they've also got, Neymar. They've got three of the best strikers in the world in one team. If you can do a job against PSG in the Champions League, why wouldn't you be given the job?
I mean, I agree. I think that if he does a good job, for the rest of the season, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, I don't know what the board are going to do. That's the thing. I don't know. Muhammad asked if we get in the top 4 and win the FA Cup and reach the semifinals of the Champions League, would I give him the job? Absolutely. That's not even a question. If he does all 3 of those things, not even a question, I'd give him the job. Top 4, win the FA Cup, and get to the semifinals of Champions League. Drawdy, do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%. You have to.
Like, he's absolutely, like, if that's what he does, talk about coming from where we were to where we are. Like, when we were under Mourinho, we had no confidence we were going to do anything in the FA Cup, no confidence we were going to do anything in the Champions League, no confidence we were going to get top 4. Now, all these questions exist of, okay, well, what if we make top 4 and Ollie manages to play well against XYZ and takes us here and there? Like, I love optimism, and getting to have Ollie here does nothing but bring optimism. And for that, I'm excited. At the very least, for that, I'm excited. So, so real quick, I did want to answer the question for Finland, Helsinki, Finland. I have played Fortnite. Now, I have not played it recently, but I have played the game. So, I mean, Drawdy, I'm pretty sure you played the game as well, right?
So we're talking about Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the question about Fortnite?
Just ask if you had played.
Right. Anyone, if you're watching right now, if you play Fortnite, what you need to do is you need to close the stream and go to your room, because I'm not going to lie to you, your life is over.
Getting controversial.
Okay? If you play Fortnite, you're dead to me.
I mean, like I said, I've played it before, and it's an okay game at the end of the day.
No, it's not an okay game. It's terrible.
The
graphics are shocking. The gameplay is borderline boring. I mean, build a fort and have some people shoot you up whilst the circle gets smaller. I mean, fuck no, I'm good. Cheers. and all the little shitty dances that, oh God, I can't stand it.
Don't get me started on that. But like, just from the simple aspect of, listen, I don't mind shooting games, and so this is where my problem with it comes in, is that I've watched the game come from a certain point to where it is now, and I feel like now the game has really gotten absolutely shit, and like it's just true. But so Matthew's in the stream right now. He said, just because you can't default dance, Drawdy.
Sorry, Matt. Can you just close your stream, mate? Cheers.
And listen, Fortnite's a game where if you like it, for me, I'm like, go do you. But it's not the game I have fun playing. I have fun playing sports games personally. I'll play NBA 2K. I'll play FIFA. I'll play the different sports games. And that's where I have fun. That's just me personally, though. So somebody did.
Oh my! Sorry, Andrew. I'm currently trying to see how Arsenal Fan TV and DT, and they don't even show him push the referee.
Are you kidding me?
They don't even show it. They've cut it out.
I literally watched that live. I watched it live. So they're basically trying to. So they've cut everything. It's probably going to be controversial.
They've cut him pushing the referee.
Oh, of course they did. Go figure. Somebody get the alcohol. I'm sick of this. Sick of it.
It's just so bad.
So Jay Hart said they're making DT out as the victim. I'll watch it.
They've cut out absolutely everything he says to the referee.
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. I'm not surprised, by the way. Jack, it's all good.
Absolutely everything that he said. So all the swearing, all the stuff he said to the referee, the push, they've cut everything out. Wow.
Which, by the way, so apparently they're DT. They did at least show him getting fired. So I don't know if that's true or not because I'll watch it later, but you know I just and Jack, I'm not gonna floss, bro. I'm not. Sorry. I'm okay. Look, I want you to see something. You see this skin color? I'm really white. That means I literally have no dance moves whatsoever. This is me dancing. There you go. You got some Andrew dancing. Congratulations. That's the best I got for you. So, guys, just as a reminder, this is a live Q&A stream. We're taking your questions, whatever questions you got. Fire them away. Could be literally anything. Manchester United related, not Manchester United related. Football related, not football related. If you want to ask us some question about music or movies or whatever, ask anything and we'll answer it. But I know I did see that we got a question early asking about Christian Pulisic and the thoughts on the possibility of him going to Liverpool. So, Drawdy, I'll go to you first on that one. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, because you already know what my opinion is going to be.
Where is he going to fit in Liverpool, though?
That's exactly what my thought was.
Because obviously then you're going to have to drop either Mane or Salah, and that ain't going to happen.
I mean, it's just not. It's just not. He would be a sub there at best.
It's honestly because obviously Salah and Mane are the wide forwards, and Firmino plays through the middle. So Pulisic, where's he going to fit in?
Because here's the thing. End of the day, guys, this is what not a lot of people know about. Because everybody keeps talking about, oh, Christian Pulisic right wing, Christian Pulisic right wing. You guys, right wing isn't his best position. It's playing the 10. The only reason why he's not playing the 10 there right now is because they have Marco Reus. If Marco Reus was not at Borussia Dortmund, I guarantee you he would be starting at the 10 right now. Because he is that good at being a distributor in an attacking position. You bring Christian Pulisic to a team like Manchester United, I guarantee he slots right in and could start immediately. He has more talent than a lot of people know. More than a lot of people know. And so I think that if you were to be sending him off to like the one team that I kind of am like meh about him going to is Chelsea. And that's just because Chelsea, I feel like he would actually start there. And me being as an American, I want to see Christian develop. So I wouldn't like him going to Chelsea. I want him to come to Manchester United. But at the end of the day, if he gets to play week in and week out, that's what I care about. So let's see. People are slating him on Twitter, but I'm taking you for your word. Yeah, Dan, trust me on this. I'm the guy that watches. I watch Christian Pulisic play in every game that he plays in. Trust me, he is good. He is good, and the only reason why people are slating him is because of the fact that he has to compete for a lot of positions. But even so, he still plays. He just does. So I like this question. So Tweety Bird asked, "What color is your toothbrush?" So Drawdy, what color is your toothbrush?
It is blue. Thanks for asking.
I actually like. Hey, I like that question. Mine is blue as well. So it's now.
Here's the big question, Andrew. Why are they not red?
That's a great question. Great question. I actually have not seen a red toothbrush at a grocery store though. I've only seen pink. I've seen pink. I've seen purple, like Dan just said. I've seen gray. I've seen blue. I've seen black. But the black ones that I've seen are all like the $250 like Sonicare ones. So
yeah. But what I want to know, right, is why do you need a toothbrush that says GoPro? What are we going professional for with a toothbrush cleaning? I don't understand. Why? Why do I need a toothbrush that tells me how many times I've cleaned my teeth? Why do I need it on Wi-Fi?
Just so you know, Drawdy, your quality of your audio has gone down quite a bit. I don't know if you're walking around right now. But I just thought I'd let you know. But
Can you hear me now?
I can still hear you. Just the quality of your audio has gone down.
That's probably. Hold on, I can sort that out. Give me 2 seconds.
Uh-oh. He's gone. All right, guys. Well, we'll continue for a little bit without him while he sorts things out. But so I like the Hulk Green one. That one's pretty funny. But AFAF, I like that question too. Where does Lukaku fit in now? Honestly, I think he's going to get his chance and he's going to get his opportunity to come in and play because we have a lot of fixtures coming up. So we'll see how he slides in because obviously he's going to go in and play at the 9, but it's if he's going to be able to succeed at that position. So we will see. We will see. Mohammed, I really appreciate that. You're watching from Libya. I think you're the first person I've met that's been watching my channel from Libya. So that's awesome. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Is TUS on tonight? I do not know if the United Stand is on tonight. I'm going to guess no, because I also haven't seen anything about a stream starting soon. So let me just do a quick look. Yeah, so I'm going to guess because it's Christmas Eve that Mark will probably not be doing a stream. That's just a guess, though. And then, do you think the Glazers are actively trying to sell the club? Well, I do know I saw that rumor from Phil that apparently we are trying to sell. Apparently, the Glazers are actively trying to sell the club. So I would think that Phil is a responsible journalist, and if he was told that the Glazers are actively trying to sell, I've got no reason not to believe him. I've talked to him a few different times, and if that's what he's been told, I trust him. So I think it's Phil De Bruyne on Twitter. I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but I really hope so. I do hope so. At the end of the day, I also don't want, like, this is just me. I don't also want people that are going to come in and just only be looking to spend money and only basically become like another Manchester City. I don't want to become another Manchester City. I want to continue to be Manchester United. Yeah, Phil De Bruyne, Jack. Yeah, Phil De Bruyne. So I don't want to be another Manchester City. I want to be Manchester United. That's it. Ryan, is that the tweet right there that I was just talking about? Like, just for me, I could care less who the owners are. I just don't want a club to come in and only be whoever's going to buy the club only be about spending money. That's all it is. I don't want them only being about spending money. So, but if it is oil money that comes in, whatever. I don't care. Just as long as you don't abandon what is the core parts of Manchester United. Jack, honestly, I think that would just be hilarious if Trump took over Manchester United. I don't think that he's got the money to take over Manchester United, but I do think that would be funny. So, let's see here. I don't know how I feel about that because the only ones that can buy the team would be Arabs, the Chinese, or the Russians. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. End of the day, if the Glazers aren't looking to actively try and sell, it is what it is. Spiral, good to see you. Good to see you. I remember when he almost bought Rangers. Yeah, are you talking about the Scottish Rangers, right? I'll burn all my shirts if Trump buys United. Jay Hart, honestly, this is coming from an American. Donald Trump really isn't that bad. I'm just telling you from Trump actively trying to sell America to fund bid for United. Which Dan, I never knew that, so that's kind of cool. I never knew it, but guys, this is just coming from an American. Donald Trump really isn't that bad, and just because he says some whacked out things on Twitter, he's still like the things you don't see are some of the things that he does as a person, and he actually is a very good businessman. He's done some bad things in business, but you always learn in business. So at the end of the day, he does like I just said, Spiral. He does say some very wacky things. It makes me laugh. Let's see here. What made me want to start? I like that question, Phil. So what made me want to start a channel is that I started looking at what I love and what I'm passionate about. And what I love and what I'm passionate about is sports. There we go. I was waiting for you to call me back. I figured that you were going to take a minute.
It's just my internet.
It's all good, dude. All good. So, real quick, so I'm answering questions. Somebody asked me what made me want to start up a YouTube channel. So, what made me want to start it up is the fact that I looked at what I love and what I'm passionate about. And what I love and what I'm passionate about is sports. I love sports. And so I was like, you know what? Let's ask people and let's just see if people would be interested in watching me talk about sports. Because I obviously talk about more than just Manchester United. Now, I do talk a lot about Manchester United. But at the end of the day, I love all sports. And that's the reason why I'll never go away from talking about whatever I want to talk about on this channel. Like, I love and want to talk about anything that is sports. And that's why I started this channel. Because I want to talk about it with you guys. That's just me. I just want to talk about it with you guys. I want to talk about all sports with you guys. And I want us to be able to learn from each other, be able to share fan opinion with each other. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, is being able to share our opinions and have some fun together. So, 2US stream set up for 8. So I still haven't gotten the update, Jack. But that doesn't, like I said, that doesn't mean anything at all. So, you're from Spiral. No, I am an Arizona Cardinals fan. So I'm from Arizona personally. So Pancaz, I wish I could buy Manchester United because I would put everything I could into loving the club as I can. So Phil, we were actually talking about that a little earlier about the whole Blood Brothers thing. We will watch that a little later. But it did make me laugh. But just Drawdy, your stream, your audio quality is back to being perfect.
Yay!
So we did get a question. I did want to ask you about what are your thoughts on the Glazers actively trying to sell Manchester United?
Great. I hope they do.
Because I know that Phil De Bruyne put that out, and I do trust him as a reporter. I don't think that he is a irresponsible journalist, and if he said it, I believe it. So let me ask.
No, listen, Phil's a great guy. I've spoken to him a number of times in private. He doesn't put out things unless he's confident in it. So he's got to know something.
Yeah. And so my question.
Can you give me 2 seconds? My audio is just going to cut out for a second.
Yeah, you're good. So it will take 2 to 3 years for it to go through. Yeah, Phil, and ultimately you're probably right. It probably will take a bit of time for any sale to happen. I'm not thinking that it's going to happen overnight. Spiral, it's all good. I was confused because I saw something that said Phoenix too. So yeah, I'm part of the Phoenix Red Devils here locally. Obviously, I'm an all Arizona sports fan. Paycash, not only do I follow Phil, but he also follows me back. So I really appreciated that from him. The next guy I'm trying to get to follow me right now, if you guys are from the States or if you watch any of the stuff from NBC Sports about the Premier League, I'm trying to get Kyle Martino to follow me. I'm going to try and do it. And I sent him a question yesterday just because he was getting a little bit of hate from Spurs fans about the rumors about him saying, basically giving his opinion on Mauricio Pochettino going to Manchester United. And he was getting hate for it. And he was just giving his opinion. And I'm like, why are you going to hate on a guy for giving his opinion? Like, at the end of the day, it's just his opinion. Like, that's what we were just talking about that. Like, guys, life is about opinion. You don't have to hate on somebody because they have a differing opinion from you. We all have different opinions, I'm sure, on politics, on religion, on sports, on the ideology of how sports should work. Like, we've probably all got different opinions on everything. But at the end of the day, sports are an ultimate unifier. Yes, it is, Ryan. Yes, it is. And like Dan Jones just said, sports is all about opinion. Let's just have some fun. Yeah, it's a spiral. Like, I've been saying that for a long time. Why are you going to hate on somebody for having an opinion? Don't ever hate on somebody for having an opinion. That's what it is. At the end of the day, it's an opinion. An opinion, while opinion should be based in fact, is still an opinion. I like that one, Jay Hart. Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them, and some of them stink. Jay Hart, you're right. Some opinions stink. Ryan, I'm still waiting for Mark to follow me too. Still waiting. It's not going to happen probably. That's a difficult question, Pankaj. Pankaj asked, do you think people add racism into criticism? I don't know. For me personally, I know I don't. I don't ever think that racism for me has ever been an issue. My parents raised me to believe that judge somebody based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. So at the end of the day, I'm never going to judge you based on your skin color. I don't care who you are. And I'm going to treat a CEO the same way I'm going to treat a janitor, with respect and kindness. So you're always going to, like, if I meet you in a place of work, you're always going to get a yes, sir, no, sir from me, or a yes, ma'am, no, ma'am from me. But at the end of the day, for me, there probably is some people that add some racism into their criticism. Racism isn't completely gone. I'm not completely ignorant to that. That's right, Jay Hart. I do judge people based on what club they support. Exactly. Like, at the end of the day, of course. Achilles. I think that's how you say your name. Like, I would never judge anybody based on race, religion, sex, gender, whatever. Like, whatever it is, I'm never going to judge you for it. While I might have certain things that, I believe in personally, doesn't mean I'm going to judge you as a person based on that. Just genuinely, I don't. Like, I've talked about this before on my streams. I'm conservative libertarian, and I believe at the end of the day that while I want things to be in a more conservative sense, I also believe at the end of the day, you do you. You do you. That's just my opinion. I believe you do you. Because we all have opinions on how things should work. And doesn't mean that I'm right. Doesn't mean that I'm wrong. So, and I'll just say this. If you don't like me for that, you know what? That's okay. I don't have to be liked by everybody. So, Andrew, do you think criticism is okay if it's done constructively? Of course. Yeah, criticism, if done constructively, is absolutely fair. Like, if you are trying to give people criticism, but trying to make sure that they understand where your criticism is coming from and based on, absolutely, it's okay. Like, you shouldn't just criticize somebody just to criticize them. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, everybody talks about about hating on Lukaku's first touch. Everybody talks about it, and the reason why is because we want to see him improve on it. And like Dan Jones just said, constructive criticism is a good thing. Jay Hart, so personally, no, they aren't. Being a conservative libertarian basically means that I'm always going to vote for a right, the conservative side of things here locally in the States. I'm always going to vote kind of, for how I view as conservative. Like, but at the same time, being the libertarian side, I'm like, hey, if like just to say it, like, like with marijuana, great issue is marijuana. I believe if you want to go smoke marijuana, go smoke marijuana. I don't care. If you want to go do any drugs, go do them. Like, if you want to ruin your life by going and doing some crazy drugs, that's your choice at the end of the day. But, like, honestly, don't hate on somebody just because they have a differing opinion from you. That's all. So, and I mean, Achilles, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But from what I've experienced personally in my life, the people that I've met that are conservative typically tend to believe in lowering taxes and want people to be able to have more money to be able to spend in their personal lives, and they want things to get better. That's all. That's all. Like, that's just from personal experience. So now, at the end of the day, people will have different opinions, and you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. For me, I'll say both. I'll say Merry Christmas, and if you celebrate something else, Happy Holidays. EBS, what is your favorite fast food chain? My personal favorite fast food chain is... I'm just kidding. No, so my personal favorite fast food chain here locally is In-N-Out Burger. I personally love In-N-Out Burger. It's always hot, always fresh. Love it. It's good stuff. Now, in terms of kind of more on the national stage, I would say you're probably going to be looking at either Chick-fil-A or Whataburger. Chick-fil-A or Whataburger. I like both. Yeah, Ryan, honestly, though, In-N-Out Burger is so good. I would try it, but it doesn't sound vegetarian. No, both those places are not vegetarian. What does Taco Bell taste like? It depends. It really depends. I personally think that it's okay, but it's not my favorite. Like, I wouldn't go get it on a regular basis. I wouldn't go get Taco Bell on a regular basis. It's kind of hard to describe what food tastes like. Yeah, Ryan, I did just see that Mark did just go live. I personally never got a notification. So if people are going to be heading out, that's totally fine. I'm only going to be live for a little bit more time anyways. But I am not the biggest fan of Burger King pancakes. I don't like the flame broiled taste that they have. It's something that I've heard about, but they'll have it. So let's see here. Yeah, so just so you know, Taco Bell is kind of like, it's kind of like meh, it's middle of the road. To like, you guys, I know for a fact you've got McDonald's over there. Like, for us, McDonald's is kind of like lowest of the low. So I don't know how McDonald's is over in the UK. Apparently, I should have tried McDonald's over in the UK. That's what I've been told. I've heard it's different. Yeah, Dan, that's normally what I do too now, especially since I don't have to watch live being a mod. I usually watch it after the fact. McDonald's is horrible. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I've just been told that you guys have different things on your menu. So, great holiday message on drugs. I know, right, George? I always give good messages on drugs. But guys, don't do drugs. They're bad for you. They're very bad for you. Scrolling back up. All right, guys. I'm just curious. Does anybody have any more questions? Jay Hart. So Jay Hart prefers Burger King personally. I get it. Talk about wins the franchise wars according to Demolition Man. Interesting. Huh. Yeah. So Dan, when I was over there, I did notice you guys had KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Domino's, Subway. But other than that, well, and Pizza Hut. I did notice you guys had Pizza Hut as well. But other than that, I didn't notice any like fast food chains that are here in the States that you guys have too. English food or American food. So, Jay Hart, the reason why I say American food is because American food really is everything. Everything. Like, we have everything from Chinese to Mexican to, traditional. We've got English food. We got a little bit of everything here. So, plus, when I was over there, man, I did not have a good food experience while I was over in the UK. I felt like all the food was kind of missing some flavor. That's just me personally. Doesn't like I'm just talking about what I ate. Like I tried a few different restaurants. I tried like 6 or 7 different restaurants. I can't remember the names of all of them. Like I tried Frankie and Benny's. I know that. There was a Mexican place that was close to that I tried. The one place that I did like that I tried was Harry Ramsden's. I did really like Harry Ramsden's. We have a tax on sugar. Like, what? That's crazy. Mystery exclusive. I didn't know that. I have not heard of Hamilton. Well, unless you're talking about like the product line, like I think Hamilton makes refrigerators and stuff like that. But Spiral, I don't know what you're referring to with Hamilton. And I did try the Frankie and Benny's. It's kind of close to Old Trafford. It's down the road from the oh my God, what was the name of the hotel I stayed at? I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I've completely spaced on the name of the hotel that I stayed at. No, it wasn't the Ramada. Give me 1 second. I will find it. The Hotel Copthorne, Manchester. I stayed at the Hotel Copthorne, Manchester. So it was right down the road from the Copthorne, Manchester. Alexander Hamilton. Yeah, of course I've heard of Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill. Yeah, like I know pretty much who all the presidents are. I couldn't name all of them. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to try real Southern cooking. Jay Hart, let me tell you what. Like, so I've got some family from Alabama who, like, which that's about as like when people talk about the South, that's about as South as it gets, and they make some damn good food. Like everything that I've tried there is delicious. And if you want to get some good, like if you guys like barbecue, they make some good barbecue in the South. Fall off the bone type barbecue. Like, oof. Now I'm my mouth's getting a little watery, guys. I'm sorry. There's a musical for it. Thank you. So I'm actually, Spiral, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. Not the biggest fan. But I'd be willing to give it a try. The musical I kind of want to see right now is the Book of Mormon, the one that the South Park creators made. I heard it's hilarious. I'd love to see it. But guys, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. We're about an hour plus in. I think we're going to wrap this up. It seems like it's a pretty good time to wrap up the stream. We're starting to lose people. I'm guessing probably because of the United Stand. So, and that's okay. But it just seems like it's a pretty good time to wrap it up with jalapeno and cheese corn. Oh man, Tekken boy, now you just get me even more excited. Jalapeno and cheese cornbread. Oof. Yeah, that's the real stuff right there. But guys, let's wrap it up. We'll talk again really, really soon, guys. I know, right? Andrew wants to start a barbecue now. Yeah, basically, Jay Hart, basically. But I mean, genuinely, guys, we're gonna do these more often, way more often. I think we're gonna start trying to do them at least once a month. Just sit down and let you guys ask whatever. Like I said, I love doing stuff where we can talk about anything from sports to whatever. I don't care. Like I said, we all have opinions, and at the end of the day, I love getting people's opinions heard. So, if you've got a question, we'll talk about it on the next stream. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. Tekka Boy, the Ollie picture I'm currently getting it framed. So it will be in the streams here very, very soon. We will be back. We're actually gonna be back tonight. I think we're gonna be back in about an hour, hopefully with Doug to do a Premier League review. So we'll be here again. We got to talk about what happened in the Premier League this week. I wanted to do it with Doug. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll be back live again tomorrow, too. So we're gonna be back live tonight around 9 p.m. and we'll be back live again tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a good night while you wait to get me live again. And just genuinely, thank you guys for joining in. We're going to do a lot more of these. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, have a good night. I'll see you guys in a little bit.